Hello everyone and welcome to Leah's Cross Stitch Corner. This is FlossTube number 56 and it's time for your monthly update. Let me just get this started. How's everybody doing? I'm going to get comfy and take my shoes off. I can't wait to show you them, by the way. I've had quite a good purchase month. Sorry. So how's everybody doing? How has August been? We are now... So it's the 31st of August when I'm filming this. We are 2 months away from our wedding, which is very, very exciting. So if you want some updates on that, stay tuned to the end of the... I was going to say the end of the film, but it's not a film, it's FlossTube. So yeah, we'll have some updates. It is progressing nicely. Our August has been quite okay. It hasn't been super busy. We've had some busy moments, but it hasn't been super busy. September, on the other hand, very busy. Turns out there's a lot of prep to do when you're getting married. Nobody ever told me. I haven't been married before. I don't know this. But apparently there's a lot of stuff you need to do. So, we'll have to do it, I guess. So, let me just get my boards. And my books. We'll start with cross stitch. That's always the safe place to start. I think we've had 3 finishes this month. Let me just check though. No, 4 finishes. 4. But I think it's just 4. So 1, 2, 4 finishes and an abandonment. Because Leah strikes again. This, by the way, is my mega bag of finishes, and there's another one here because there's so many in this one that I've had to open this one. I am hoping to someday get all of these in frames, even if we can't get them on the walls. At least we can get them framed, and then at least they're just sat in a frame, ready to be put up on a wall when we have more walls, because we don't have many walls. So we have 2 FFOs. So the first one is this one here. So let me just find where it is in my book. This is the Silver Creek Sampler Rainbow Bridge that I was stitching last month. And I really want to get it finished because I want to get it given to the recipient. So I'm stitching this for my Auntie Ivy. And it is finished. Obviously we've taken the glass out just so you can see it nicely, because otherwise you get that wicked reflection, which just is not great. And look! I absolutely love this one. I just think it looks fantastic. So I started this on the 12th of July, which was my mum's birthday, and finished it on the 21st of August. And then Graham framed it for me. I cannot do that. That is just not my forte, I'm afraid. So here it is. I love this one. This will not be the first time I stitch this one. For sure. So it says, the time has come, I can't deny, to let your gentle spirit fly. I can't see it, I can't read backwards. We'll meet again, it's not the end. Wait by the bridge for me, old friend. So obviously my Auntie Ivy's dogs both passed away this year, so I wanted to do a little remembrance type stitch, and this one is perfect. I love Silver Creek samplers. I think they're amazing. I love this, the font that they have. I think it looks amazing. The colours are all really nice. Like, it's muted, but it's colourful. And this was done, I didn't write it down. This is a Lakeside Needlecraft fabric. I know that much for sure. And it was one of the ones in the monthly fabric club. I know that for sure. I just don't know its name. It's count. I'd go 32 count if I had it as a guest. It is opalescent. But that's about it. I don't know its name. I meant to have a look and write it down before Graham framed it and cut it. But I forgot. Yeah. I forgot. So there we go. Love that one. And the second FFO is a new little Guinea Stitching stitch. Now Graham told me how much this was and I've forgotten. Oh dear. I want to say it's like £2.90. It's not hugely expensive, this one. So we obviously did that stitch for my sister for her birthday, which she loved, by the way. It went down like an absolute storm. So we decided to reuse the controller in one that we can actually sell. Great idea. So we did a gaming in progress do not disturb stitch, and Graham got that all stitched up during the month of August, and it's finished. Woo! So this is £2.90, I think, she says. Hopefully that's not expensive. That's not even a cup of coffee. You get 2 cups of coffee for the price of it. So it's available now in our Etsy shop at Little Guinea Stitching, and it's been test stitched on plain, normal, vanilla, Cosmic City 28 count. And I think you'll agree, it pops quite nicely on the fabric. The controller is glow in the dark, and the knot and the in, I think they glow in the dark as well. Hang on, let me have a look because I'll be able to tell. No, they're not. They just look like normal B5200. So just the controller glows. Excuse me. It's got a cool, like, caution border around it. So yeah, love it. How cool is it? Excuse me, I'm in a bad sleep. I always have a bad sleep when I'm ready to film, and I always just start yawning all over the place. So I was going to say something and I forgot what I was going to say. This is going to become a series, so we are going to do some more. So cross-stitching in progress, movie watching in progress, anything you can think of. We're going to try and come up with one that kind of fits. And I said for the stitching one to do like a hoop, and you could like be stitching, cross-stitching in progress, almost like cross-stitchception. So we'll see how that goes. That was just my idea. But yeah, here is this one. If you'd like to purchase it, it is in our Etsy shop. It is quite cheap. If you have any people who like to game. Oh God. We have a neighbour across the road. So the bungalow across the road moved out. And the landlord man keeps coming every single day. And he doesn't actually do anything. He kind of stands around with a shovel and weeds a little bit. Like, it's not that big of a house, but he's back again. He's there every day. He mustn't either have a job or any hobbies. Because there's nobody moving in until November. We know that much. But, oh my God. I've never heard anything like this. But he's back again. Every time we look out, and you can just hear some pathetic, like, tapping of the shovel. It's like, he's there again, isn't he? He's there again, isn't he? The lowest amount of effort possible he puts into it. I don't know if he's unhappy at home and just wants to get away from the missus or something, but Jesus. So yeah. I was being nosy because Tesco hasn't been yet. So I was like, how was it? How was it? It's not Tesco. So yeah. Gaming in progress. Do not disturb. We're very excited because the new Borderlands comes out in a couple of weeks, so we're going to be playing that. So if you have a gamer in the family or in your life who would probably appreciate it, go and buy it. Go and buy it. And like I say, you can get the accompanying fabric as well. Cosmic City. And you can get that in opalescent and normal. Yeah. Then we have 2 normal finishes. So, let me find the first one. Bring all my bags over. This one. The wedding stitch is finished. Finally. So, because Graham's so busy with Little Guinea stitching stuff, like, he's got a new project on the go, I said I would just take on and finish the wedding stitch, because he got it pretty far, and it did what we both wanted, which was we both participated, and we both collaborated on it. So, it is finished, and I started this on the 1st of January, but restarted it on the 19th of January, because the fabric wasn't working for us. Finished it on the 28th of August. And here it is. Now, please ignore, it is quite wrinkled. I think it's going to need a little bit of an iron before it goes in the frame. But here it is. So this is going to be sat on our table. I don't know if it's going to be during the wedding or after the wedding. See this, please. I get wrong. Graham tells me off looking out the window, but I'm curious. Normally, right, it's 9:15. Normally we already have the receipt from Tesco, but it hasn't come, so I wonder if there's been some kind of error. Now, our whole Sunday lunch hinges on the fact, and my stew for my week at work hinges on the fact that we get our shopping on a Sunday. So I'll be fuming. I'll be fuming. So hopefully it arrives. So this one is done. Love this one. I am not a huge fan of historical sampler company projects. They're nice, they're lovely, it's not a problem with the projects themselves, it's the fiddliness of them. You know, you can like, there's loads of like single stitches in one colour where you're just doing like a border. Do you know how difficult it is to tie off? Where do you start? I always try and start with something bulky so I've got an anchor point, but then the anchor point ends up like really thick because you're putting everything behind it because there's nowhere else to naturally put it. But like, they are so fiddly. And I can do, I think normally an episode of The Sopranos, I can do a couple of 100 stitches. When you're doing a more fiddly one like this, I can't do that many stitches because there's not huge amounts. Like, there is when you get to the actual bits and pieces inside, that's fine. But a lot of it is borders and little, I call them faffy bits. And I don't mean that disrespectfully by any means. I'm just giving my opinion. They are fiddly and only single strands, and they're not like huge chunks. Even like, there's not a lot of it. I'd like to have known how many stitches this actually was and then compare it to something else in comparison to be like, see how many stitches this was compared to this, which is full coverage kind of thing. So I'm not a big fan. I've always kind of thought that a little bit. Like, I don't like fiddly stitches. I know I'm dead fussy about what I do actually like to stitch. Because like, I did that one that Graham got me with them 3 owls, which was like really wee, but had a ton of back stitch and a ton of colour changes. I didn't like that either because it was too fiddly. Like, I do just like to be able to just crack on with something. And I know I keep saying this, I am going to be getting a mermaid started at some point. It probably might be Christmas now. Because I just don't have I'll be honest, I don't have the fabrics. I don't have the fabrics, and I don't have the budget to get the fabrics. And I think Graham is going to dye me some as well, which would be really helpful. But I do have to pay him for it. You know, I can't just say, oh, dye me this fabric and I'll have it. I need the budget for it, and I don't at the minute have the budget for fabrics because I've been buying Animal Crossing Crocs, let's be honest. I'll tell you more about them later. So yeah, anyway, this is done. It looks fantastic, and I'm not having to go at historical sampler. That they design theirs how they design theirs, and it's just not a design style that I vibe with when I'm stitching it. It looks fantastic when it's finished, of course, but it doesn't vibe with me. And I'll tell you what really bugs me about this one is look at that G. The G is just one away from the Ream, so it looks like Leah and Ream because of how they've like plotted it. So like the G seems like it's a bit further away, and it just, I don't know, it bugs me. I'm not going to say it bothers my OCD because I don't have OCD, and I think people who say stuff like that when they don't actually have it, it undermines people who do. But like, there's just something in my brain that it doesn't sit right because it doesn't look right. It looks like it needs to be one further along, but then it would be attached to the R, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So Graham's ordered the frame for this, so hopefully next month I'll be able to show this as an FFO, and it'll be nice and it'll be all cut properly. I mean, I don't know who was hacking away at this, but look at that fabric there. I don't know who did that. I think Graham did sort the fabric at one point, but normally he's a lot better than that, so I can only imagine it was me who did that. So I went all that way to try and blame Graham, only to realise probably was Leah. So I get that put away now, and get this project bag out and about. What have I actually got in here, actually, she says? Well, not much. We did run out of the thread. So we were using the paint box threads for the little hearts. And I don't know where I've put it. I had a whole like skein of it or whatever it comes in. Don't know where I've put it. So I had to get in touch with paint box threads and be like, what is this colour? Because it came in a box of other colours. And this is the first time I've ever used it, and I ran out because I'd lost the other thread. So they didn't send me a new one. I bought a new one. I was like, I'm doing my wedding sampler and we've run out. And like, we just had the tiniest amount left to do. But we sorted it. We resolved it. I do like stitching with them, actually. I understand why people do use silks. And I think at some point I would like to do a full project just using them hothouse. I think it's called hothouse blooms. I would like to use them. And then my next finish, I had some starts as well, you know, but I'll just do them in whips, is Stitchy Stark's Plan to Fail. So I had gotten most of this done last time, I believe, but I finished it. Do you know what? I'll flip it that makes it easier for me to show you. So it's called Plan to Fail. I started on the 28th of July, finished it on the 6th of August, and it's on Orangey Orange, Little Guinea Stitching's Orangey Orange, which Holly at the House of Hood got in Orangey Orange just this week, in fact. and she said she let out an audible squeak when she opened it because it's her favourite. And it is how nice it's dyed. Showed a video of it and everything. I agree. It is one of my favourite ones. The minute Graham dyed that one. Now, obviously, here's the thing. People might be like, well, Leah, you're biased. Yes, of course I am, because Graham's done it. But I'm also not. And if it wasn't a good colour or it wasn't a good fabric, I would tell him, because I wouldn't want him to sell something that's not up to scratch, you know. I'm not just using his fabrics because he's dyed them. I've actually purchased them and they are now my fabrics first. But I do like them. And the opalescent ones have just given me a whole new lease of life because I just love them so much. So I know people might think I'm really heavily push little Guinea Stitching on my channel. Number one, I absolutely will. I have a tiny little platform here where I can do that. And number two, I'm not just pushing it because of like the nepotism of it's Graham. I'm pushing it because I would actually buy these fabrics anyway. Because you can't find that many solidly dyed fabrics. It's impossible. A lot of people do that like mottled style, I think is what you would call it, I guess. Or some people like print it on. Where I prefer, sometimes, a solid colour. And I'm loving stitching on these solid colours. So that's just a small disclaimer. I understand I speak a lot about little Guinea Stitching and it might come across like I'm promoing all the time, but I'm actually not. I'm just sharing what we've been doing and what I'm actually stitching. And that's why I do it. So I just want to be very clear on that. I don't want people just thinking, oh, she just shills little Guinea Stitching all the time. I don't. I do have other fabrics that I will use and will promote, so to speak. But at the minute, I'm finding projects for my little Guinea Stitching fabrics because I've bought them and I want to use them and I'm excited to use them. So, yeah. I just want to be clear because I don't want people thinking, is this Leah's cross stitch corner now or does she just do little Guinea Stitching stuff? But it's going to be both. It is going to be both. So anyway, without further ado, here it is. And I love this. And I'll be honest, obviously the fact that it's unfinished is a bother to me. But it's on purpose, so I can almost get away with it. So failing to plan is planning to fail. And obviously the to fail at the bottom is cut off. And that's what it's meant to be. And that's meant to be a kind of, ha ha ha, you're an idiot. You've not managed to get your fabric right and you've had to abandon something. Which is ironic because I have had to do that this month. So yeah. So I love that. Stitchy Stock actually has a brand new one out that I want to get, which is a reading one. And it's got some gnomes on. So I am going to treat myself to that when I've got a bit of spare money to get that. I've had a bit of a spendy month and I will tell you more about that. So that's my second finish. And that's all my finishes actually. So I'm just going to put them away. This is a really, like, a poor place to keep them. I feel terrible that my finished projects are in here. Honestly. And do you know, I was looking at it the other day and I've got some amazing ones in here that I haven't even looked at for so long. Oh, it's amazing. What's this? What is this one? Oh yeah, the Love Poppet one. So the plan is to try and get them framed and be able to show them off as FFOs because, you know, I finished them and I love them, so I do want to actually, show them off. Promote is like my word of the day, I think. So, let's show you the abandoned one. This really, really frustrated me. In fact, it didn't frustrate me. It peeved me off. And I don't swear on this channel. I do swear. And do you know what? I kind of wish a little bit that I did swear a little bit on the channel so I could, like, be more me. I'm a bit sailor-like, to be honest. But I want to keep it PG. I do want to keep it nice, you know. I don't swear at work, for example. So I feel like on YouTube I don't swear. So, it really, really annoyed me. So I've had a few occasions in the past where I have had a bit of fabric, started my project and realised I've started it either in the wrong orientation. No, it has been. It's been the wrong orientation twice. So when I started the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Little Princess Stitch Along last year, I started it in the wrong orientation. I was going that way, and the fabric was going that way. And the fabric was meant to be going that way. So I had to abandon that and get a new piece. And thankfully I hadn't done too much of that. And then not too long ago I started one, which was a little simple text one. something about not being able to stitch as fast as you can buy cross stitch, basically. And I chose some nice variegated colours, and I was doing it on some nice fabric. And I started at the top. And I didn't mean to start at the top. I had my fabric on the Q-snap the wrong way around for where I started and didn't check. So Graham's been helping me because it's something that I just cannot get right at all. And I'm always like, when I start in the bottom right corner as you look at it. Because that's where I like to start now. It works for me. I don't like working down, I like working up. Up and along. Or along and up. But I like going up all the time. So I'll start in the bottom right. But I'll give myself so much space in the bottom right that I don't realise how much space I need to get over to the bottom left. So I started my Arctic Animals by Frosted Pumpkin. I think it's Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, by the way. Twice now. I've had issues. So I started this. And I was like, I don't think I've got enough over here to do Arctic. Because look at all this space that I've left over this side. So I did a measure. And it comes to like where the tape is. Which is no good. I am not going to be able to get the fabric. I'm not going to be able to stitch it. I'm not going to be able to get the fabric around the Q-snap. So I had to abandon this one. That's basically how I feel about it, by the way. It just falls off. It's just how I feel about it. So I've put this away. I will come back to this maybe at some point. I will come back to it, definitely. But it won't be on this fabric, which is linen. I don't like linen, and I wish I would learn my lesson. Like, it's scratchy and thin. And if people like linen, all the power to you. Even weave is my sweet spot. Ada's too hard. This is just, I don't know. For a premium fabric, like it feels like linen and even is like premium compared to Ada. It doesn't feel like that, and I don't like stitching on it, so maybe subconsciously I just messed up on purpose. I don't know. But either way, I got the narwhal done. You know, it's not even as if I could just frame the narwhal and call it a day, because I've done the animals. But, never mind. Lesson learned. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I am going to bin that, because I am not going to be doing anything with it. So that was my abandonment. Yeah. So Graham is now helping me do this, and I should have got him to help me with it, but I was like, I can do it. How stupid am I that I can't put it on the Q-snap and just do it? Well, apparently, a lot stupid. A lot stupid. So they can both be filed away because I'm done with them. That's my new start, which I'll show you when we get there. And let's get the whips on the go. And by the way, there is nothing more frustrating than when I do mess up. Because in that moment, and I don't know if anybody else gets this, I hate cross stitch. I hate it. Literally. Like, I'm not even kidding. I wish I was kidding. But I hate it. It really does annoy me that much. Checking something else in there. Ah, that's it. Like, it really, honest to God, I just, like, I realised, I can't remember what we were watching. Must have been The Mummy, because we're watching The Mummy trilogy. Oh, just finished The Mummy trilogy. And I realised, and I measured, and I was just like, does it happen to anybody else? Is it just me? Am I genuinely just an absolute moron? Like, I don't get it. I don't get why I struggle so much with it. I don't know what is wrong with me that I struggle so much with it. Anyway, let's not poke that rabbit hole, shall we? So, my first whip, and I'm not taking any of them out the Q-snap, okay? None of them need to come out the Q-snap. The Q-snap is sort of perfect this time. So this is Hoops and Crosses and Katie AB, and it is the Hap is Fucking. And I started this on the 21st of July, and I haven't gotten as much done with this as I wanted to, because I ran out of the, what number is it? Hang on, I'll tell you. 2 seconds. 333. So I ran out of the purple, which is what I was needed. So, hang on. What am I doing? What am I doing? Ugh. So I finished the little frog. He's so cute. I haven't done his back stitch yet, actually, which is my fault. I haven't done that yet. And the first colour over the frog, because there's a rainbow over the frog, is the purple 333. And I'll be honest, I didn't have enough of that, so I had to get a thread order in. So I haven't actually picked this one back up. So I basically finished the frog since the last time you were here, and then just have left it thus far. So I started this on the 21st of July, and I'm doing it on 28 count, little Guinea Stitching, lovely latte. Something just fell off there, but I don't know what it was. Something just bounced off. Hello? What? Yeah. Ah, it's a bead. How is there a bead on there? I'll never know. It's a purple bead. I haven't beaded anything since that reading one, but I did white beads on there, I think. Didn't I? Don't know. Anyway, 28 count, little Guinea Stitching lovely latte, which is a perfect neutral. I love it, I love it. And like the frog just pops so much, and I can't wait to get the rainbow one, which will pop even more. So that's where I am with that one. I do need to start making some progress on this one. This is my soprano stitch, but it hasn't been my soprano stitch because I haven't been keeping up with it. Naughty, naughty Leah. And then the next one is my other wedding pattern. This is the Stardew Valley personalised wedding date pattern by Wonder for Pixels. And I'm not too far away on this one, to be honest. I'm doing this on Florashell Needlecraft 32 count Murano Violet, which is a bit of a misnomer, I'll be honest, because it's more lilac. I think it's more lilac than violet. Don't know if you would agree. So here I am with this one. I've got a bit of filling in on the 2025 to do, and then just see the plants to the over here. Just got the plants to do. So I love this one. This is just a cute little nod to my love of Stardew Valley. Graham's never played it. He watches me play it. He watched me play the other day, right? And he was like, the other day, it was like weeks ago. And he was like, I thought it was a cozy game. What are you doing in the mines and killing monsters and stuff? I was like, oh, it's not just that. It's not just cozy. It's very cozy, but it's not just cozy. So yeah, so I love that one. And I think this is the perfect fabric for it. There wasn't a little Guinea Stitching corresponding one. The purple was a bit too purple. Where for this one, I did just want something like light. Sorry, I'm just coming up so you can't see it. So like, I wanted something so that the browns would really like pop. And they look amazing. Now, I don't really know why there's blacks and blues in this plant down here. But we will trust the process. We will trust the process. And there was a colour used that isn't actually available anymore, so I do need to message Wonder for Pixels just to let them know. They used 7... Hang on, there's no point me just trying to guess when I've got the information here. 781, which isn't a colour anymore for DMC, it was a discontinued colour, where 782 is just the closest match. So I'm just going to let her know so she can update the colours if she wishes to, just in case she uses it, like, because this is a... This is a personalised one, so more people might get it and be like, do you know how long I spent trying to find 781? Do you know? I checked my chest and couldn't find it. I was like, where is it? Where is it? Everybody threads out. And I couldn't find it. And eventually I Googled it and I was like, oh, it's discontinued. That's why I don't have it. The more you know. So then I had 2 new starts this month. 2 very contrasting new starts, actually. So Witchy Stitcher released a free pattern, which baffles my mind because she could have absolutely got money for this, but I wonder if it's because of what it's based on. And it was called the Ghosts of the Eras Tour. I'll just check actually that that's actually what it's called. Yeah, Ghosts of the Eras Tour by the Witchy Stitcher. And I started it on the 24th of August, and I'm doing this on 28 count Little Guinea Stitching Vibrant Violet. Now this looks more violet than the last one, is what I'm saying. So here is where I am with this one. Just bring it back so you can actually see the colour. Like, look at the colour of that. This is Lush. This is Little Guinea Stitching Vibrant. Say Violent Violet. And I think you'll agree, this is more violet than the previous one, which was lilac, in my humble opinion. So here I am. So I've done Midnight. That's the ghost you can see there. And I'm working on the Lover Ghost here. I love it. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I can show you how it'll look finished, I think. She says. Oh yes, I did. That's how the finished one looks. So they've used like a pinky colour fabric, and I was like, that violet is perfect. Absolutely perfect. And it's stitching up really nice. I love witchy stitcher patterns. And like, it's full coverage, and it's quite sizable. Nothing compared to the cabin that Graham's doing at the minute, or the chopping mall, which he did. But it is sizable anyway. But I'm loving it. And then my last start/whip is the Love Poppet Summer Stitch Along, which I've been talking about starting for ages. I have been talking about starting it for ages. So I was going to do it on Lovely Latte originally, but then I took the Lovely Latte to do the frog. So then I had to find a new colour to do this one on. So you'll see from the finished picture that it's done on a bluey colour. So I just happened to purchase more Little Guinea Stitching fabric, and I bought Aloha Aqua. And here's how I've done on this. Now, this is actually, I say this every single time, and do you know what? I'll tell you a story first. Every night when we have tea, I'll say, this is my favourite meal. So like last night we had pasta bake. Oh my god, Graham makes his own pasta bake. Like, he makes the sauce from scratch. And we get this Cajun seasoning from Schwartz, which is life-changing. We're putting it in everything. It's going in the stew that I have for my lunch. We have for lunch. We both have it. It goes in our frittatas that we have on a weekend. Oh yeah, we have frittatas. We're so posh. It goes in the spag bol that we have. And it goes in the pasta bake that we have. So Graham makes us a pasta bake. And he puts all of his own stuff together. So it's tomato puree, garlic, tomato passata, Cajun, herbs, all kinds of stuff. And it is absolutely stunning. So every time I have a meal, I'll go, this is my favourite meal. And traditionally I say that with the chicken curry, the spag bol, pasta bake, and the chicken dinner. And it's true. They all are. They all are. And we have other meals that are okay. Chicken and chips is okay. But like the spag bol, all the homemade stuff where Graham really comes into his own is amazing. If I could send you all some of Graham's food, you would all fall in love with him. I'm telling you. You would. So, anyway. The point I was getting at is every fabric I start stitching on with the Little Guinea Stitching fabric becomes my new favourite. And this is my new obsession. Absolutely stunning. Sometimes the pictures on the listings don't do them justice, and I get to see them obviously because I'm here in the house. But like, look at it. The sparkle is wicked. And then that was all in a day's work. So we were stitching, watching the the third Mummy, Return of the Dragon Emperor. It was really good actually. And then we watched the Newcastle match, which was dull. And then we watched a little bit of tennis, and that's all I got done in about 5 hours work yesterday. So I love this one. I love Poppet stuff. My only criticism is I can't find anywhere on the actual pattern that states how big it is. So I was getting it ready to start yesterday, and I was like, I don't know how to do this, because if you see, it's like a curved design, and as you know, I like to start down here. So I basically threw a mild fit at myself, basically, because I just couldn't figure it out, and I was like, I just cannot do this. So I was going to just put it away and start a different one. And I said to Graham, I was like, I can't figure out where I need to start this to make sure I can come down for the flower. So Graham went, leave it with me and I'll do it. And I think you'll see he's just it. Because look, I have space down here, and I've managed to get the flower done. Wizardry. Wizardry. I cannot do that. I don't know how he does. But it's wizardry, and he managed it, so I was very grateful. And it meant I'd get my start in. I love Poppets designs. I'm going to be doing the Halloween stitch along when it comes out, and I'm actually going to do it at the same time as everybody else. I'm not going to wait till it finishes and do it 3 months later, or however long this has been finished now. It hasn't been that long, I'm just being dramatic. But I'm going to actually do it as everybody else does it. And again, I had some chaos yesterday. So I went and got all the colours, and I couldn't find 725, and there was 2 others missing. So I found the 2 I was missing, I still couldn't find 725. And then I happened to glance in the bag, and 725 was in there, and I was like, where's that come from? It was literally not there. What are you doing? I think I'm going mad. So let's tell another story, shall we? So Graham, in his infinite wisdom, when he finishes a pattern, which he has done this week, he gets all the colours picked out. And you should see it. I am going to take a picture for Instagram at one point to show the actual chaos of it. The DMC chest, he pulls all the drawers out and puts them on the bed. He's got the colour chart as well. He got all my stitches out. So the frog was sat unprotected on the floor where the sprocker could come and walk on it. And actually, why isn't the sprocker here? She's downstairs. Why isn't she here? The frog was just sat on the floor out of his project bag, unprotected. The sprocket could have come and stomped on him. So he was getting the colours together for the new stitch, which I'll tell you about in a more. And he goes, I may have taken some out of the projects you're working on. I went, right. And then I came to find, what was I stitching the other night? I think it was the Stardew Valley one on Friday. And I went, where's this colour? He went, well, I haven't got it. It's not in this stitch that I'm doing now. I went, well, okay. I think I put it back in the chest. It's a flawed system, Leah. I didn't know where they come from, so I just put them back. And I'm like, you did what? His system is flawed. It is flawed. And I just put it back, and lo and behold, it was in the chest. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It is like living in a madhouse. An absolute madhouse. Honestly. So I've got one new start planned, and I'd like to thank Caroline at Oodles of Stitches. I am going to start the Emerald City Stitch Along. Now, Caroline bought the little Guinea Stitching fabric a little while ago, and she said, I'm going to do the Wizard of Oz stitch from why is that a difficult word? Owl Forest Embroidery. It's almost like a tongue twister. So I went, she actually even posted a picture once because she has actually started it. I went, I really like that idea. So Caroline, thank you. I'm going to start the Wizard of Oz Stitch Along, the Emerald City Stitch Along by Owl Forest Embroidery on Little Guinea Stitching Guinea Green fabric. And I'm going to start it. I just need a Q-snap. So I need to finish the Stardew Valley one because that's the closest to a finish. And then I can start this one. So thank you, Caroline. It's even in a themed green project bag. So thank you, Caroline, for that idea. I hope you don't mind me stealing that idea. I hope you don't mind. I'm doing it anyway. But I hope you don't mind. So thank you for that because yours looks brilliant. It looks fantastic. And Holly, again, at the House of Hood, is stitching up our penis mood cycle. And it looks brilliant. Again, on our purple fabric. I don't know, look, that's like, is it purple fabric? Is it? Yeah, because you've got Vibrant Violet and Purple Paradise, or Paradise Purple. I never get them the right way around. So she's stitching that and it looks fantastic. And all of the penis kind of puns are 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, Holly. So thank you. That's our first time seeing somebody stitch one of our designs on one of our fabrics. Sorry, I got something in my throat there. I got too excited. And it's immense. It's really amazing. We haven't sold as many patterns as we have fabrics. And the Caesar Day one, we haven't had any sales on that one yet. But I have hope because I think it looks amazing. So I'm quite surprised about that. So it is really amazing to see somebody stitching something that Graham's designed, not me. I was going to say we, it's not we. Graham's done it, not me. So thank you for sharing, Holly. And if anybody else does, please share. Tag us on Instagram at Lee's Cross Stitch Corner and at Little Guinea Stitching because we want to see. If you're using our fabric, let us see. Katie showed us a wonderful Care Bear that she's doing on Yorkie yellow fabric. It looks brilliant. We just love to see it. We love to see it. So, little Guinea Stitching updates before we get on to purchases. Obviously, we have the new release. Gaming in progress. Do not disturb. Graham's going to be getting the... We've got some 32 count fabric. So, Graham's going to be getting the new colours done in the 32 count. Which should be available presumably by the end of the month, I would imagine. It shouldn't be too much longer than the end of September. I'll point out. He's got 2 test stitches on the go. One could be another movie pattern. And one could be a Halloweeny guinea piggy pattern that is a sister to the guinea pig Easter pattern. Could be. Could be. And that should be out. The guinea pig Halloween one should be out by the end of September. And I should be able to show you that in my September FlossTube. That's it for the minute. Obviously, you know, it's not like we have tons of money. We would love to get the 32 count opalescent done. But we need some more fabric sales just before so we can get some more fabric. We're kind of just working like it's quite tight. We're not richy rich people. So yeah, we're just doing it like slowly. He's had a good month. You know. I bought some more fabrics. I had to. I was missing some and I needed them for starts. So, what of it? Yeah. Speaking of my floss tubes, I'll tell you now and I'll tell you again in September. My October floss tube, start of November floss tube I should say, will go up the second week of November. Because we get married on the 27th of October. Then we're going to go on honeymoon to Scarborough from the Thursday of that week to the Friday of the week after. So I'll film that floss tube probably on the Saturday or the Sunday. It'll go up the Wednesday after. So I go back to work on the 10th. So that floss tube for November will go up on like the 13th. Because I want to fill you all in on the wedding, of course, and the honeymoon and everything. So that's the best way to do it. So it'll be a little slightly delayed, but you'll probably get a better video out of it because you'll be able to hear all about the wedding. Which I'm going to assume you're all more than happy with. And if you're not, well, I'm sorry, but that's how I'm doing it. So, fabrics. I went and bought some more fabric. I can't remember which one. I've got them here, the ones that I've got, but I think I've started stitching on some. So I did get Aloha Aqua, which you've seen in the Love Puppet Stitch Along. I'll take it out just to show you. Again, because it looks better out. Look how opalescent-y it is. This is the 28 count. We don't, like I say, we don't have the 32 count and opalescent just yet. But if any of these fabrics tickle your fancy, if you go and purchase them, that will allow us to hopefully get some soon. So I got Aloha Aqua. Yorkie Yellow, because I realised I didn't have a Yorkie Yellow. Which is what Katie bought and is stitching her Care Bear on, which looks absolutely cracking, and that's at Peacock Stitcher. Obviously, it is a bigger piece, I've just got it folded up. Yorkie Yellow. I bought one that I'd already used, so I was just paying for something that I'd already used, which was the Paradise Purple. What did I use it for? I don't know. I'll have to ask Graham. He'll probably know better. I got a Coral Cove. Because I technically already used one of these for my sister's birthday. And I love it. It's so corally. And I'm making a corally a word. Thank you. They're all opalescent, by the way. All 28 count. I'm liking stitching on 28 count, you know. I was a die-hard 32 counter, but I think it's a bit too small. And my eyesight is not grand. Hello. So, yeah. I got another lovely latte because I'm obviously using that one up. So I was like, I need to get another one. And I'm still missing a colour, by the way. I'm still missing the petunia pink. I was like, God, what an idiot. And then Mysterious Marine. I think I got the Guinea Green, actually, which is there. So I'll show you that in a sec. Mysterious Marine. It's like a bluey greeny colour, which I like. Can't wait to find something to stitch on this one actually, because it's like a mid blue, mid green, like a bit of a mix of both. And as I say, I'm missing petunia pink, which is a bit annoying, but I didn't realise. And then I got guinea green, like I say. There we go. Which is going to look amazing with that Emerald City stitch along. Which is free, by the way, if anybody wants to do it. It is actually a free one. So is that Ghosts of the Eras Tour by Witchy Stitcher. So I treated myself. Tesco's on its way. Amazing. Means I can have my stew this week. Oh no, you go back in there because you are a pending start. Yes, I'm hoping to have started this one by the time I speak to you next time. And then I just wanted to show you what was in these boxes for the summer of stitching. So, week 3 of the summer of stitching box had this amazing ice mould with pineapples, which is funky. I'm going to go and get that in the fridge. It had these flush drops with a really lovely cocktail charm, I think is the word I'm looking for here. It had a little bracelet. I think it's a bracelet. Let me check. Cherry charm bracelet. Say that fast, Leah. Cherry charm bracelet. 2 weeks dye works threads, which I can't wait to use. And some jelly beans. They are cocktail ones, non-alcoholic cocktail ones. I can't see a best before date actually. Ah, yeah. So I really like that box actually. And then week 4. Oh, here's Tesco. Woohoo! We got a seashell candle, which will come in handy. We burn lots of candles during the winter months. Some sherbet pips, which I love. Ocean Breeze thread gloss from So Looks Cool, which smells lush, by the way. And I'm just going to check what else. Beach Hut Needle Minder, which I had on one of my projects, which you might have seen. And then week 5 was a happiness for everyday, little like inspirational quotes. Some love hearts. Oh yeah. A new scissor fob, which means I've now got 3. I only use 1 pair of scissors, which is a bit annoying, so I'm going to have to just rotate them, I think, with love on. I love that one actually. I thought it was really nice. And then some pale blue fabric. I don't know where the fabric has come from actually. I don't know if she's dyed it herself. It doesn't actually specify. And then we will unbox the last one because technically it's coming out tomorrow. This is week number 6. So spoilers if you haven't already opened it, but technically you were supposed to open it on Monday, so it's not my fault. I'm joking. I can't get in. I've managed. I was being dramatic. So, last day. Ooh. Some salted pretzels. Ooh, they look nice. Some floss drops with a lovely little flower charm. That's the card. I'm not going to look at that. A tape measure. I love tape measures. I use it for measuring my fabric and then I get it wrong. Ooh, and a really pretty embroidered notebook. That's That's really nice, actually. Oh, that's brilliant. I'll use that for something for sure. Oh, it's even got a little... Ooh, will that go all the way around? It's got a little thing that'll hold it together. Just seeing if it'll go around. It won't, and I don't want to force it because I don't want it to come off. I love that. So let me just check the card. Nature. Nature was the theme. That's a really good theme. I like that. It's been a really good box, actually. I've really enjoyed everything that I've had out of it. Nice little treat every month. Although, do I know how many times I actually opened it on a Monday? Twice I opened it on a Sunday because I was filming FlossTube. And the rest, I think one was a Tuesday, another time was a Tuesday, and one was probably a Monday. So yeah, got some nice sweet treats to have, actually. Let me just see the date on them. 2026. 2026. 2026. They're all good till next year. Lovely little bits, actually. I can't wait to like swap my scissor fobs around and use them. I've got my actual floss drops, so I'll use them with that rather than the cardy ones because I'm not a big fan of the card ones. I'll use that. I just love everything. That was a really good kind of little holiday treat box, actually. I really enjoyed it. I am thinking of getting her needle minder one for Christmas. The 12 one probably, maybe the 24 one. Maybe. I am going to be getting rid of some of my other needle minders, see, so I want to get some more from some small businesses, and that would be perfect. So that's all the stitchy content out the way. I love that one. I love that cocktail one. I think it's so cool. August. So it was my sister's birthday on the 16th of August, and we went up and we had a Chinese takeaway, which was absolutely lush. They have the nicest takeaway up there. Ours is okay. Kang Sam's in Scarborough is the best. My mum's is better. Not better than Kang Sam's, but my mum's is the next one in the line. And then ours is like bottom. It's okay. And then the week after that, the Saturday after that, I went wedding dress shopping with my mum and my sister. So it's a little dress shop in Concert, and I didn't know what to expect. I've never been wedding dress shopping. I've never been in a shop like that. I'll be honest, kind of expected champagne. Every time I see it on the telly, they get like champagne and stuff. There was no champagne, or even a cuppa. But I went out and I picked some dresses, and there was one in the window that had like a, I can't tell you because Graham's gonna watch it. But there was I picked out 5 dresses basically, and I knew I wanted a white dress, and I knew I wanted something with sleeves because I've got like quite big arms and I'm quite like self-conscious of them. But the first dress I tried on, I was like, I think this is the dress. But I was like, I'll try some more on. I tried one more on, by the way. I'll try some more on just to make sure, because you know, I knew, but I wanted to be sure. So I tried the second dress on. It was lovely, don't get me wrong, but it didn't have that same wow factor as the first one. So I put the first one on again. I was like, this is it. This is it. This is my dress. And do you know what? It doesn't have sleeves, so my arms will be on show. But do you know what? When I put that dress on, I felt amazing. I felt so pretty and beautiful. And I was like, I don't even notice my arms because the dress is so lovely. And I've got a nice feel. And so I've got to go back to get it fitted at the end of this month, end of September. And then I'm going to pick it up just before the wedding, so just a couple of days before the wedding in October. I can't wait. I need to go and get some shoes, which Graham's going to the sleep clinic for his sleep in a couple of weeks. So we're going to go and get him fitted for his suit, just to check the suit fits. And I'm going to get my shoes and some nice underwear. And then that should be that. That should be everything done for the wedding. The flowers are sorted. We need to go to South Causey the week after the sleep clinic for my hair and makeup test to see how I want it. And then the week after that, we're going to South Causey for the last meeting before the wedding. And then it's just waiting for the actual wedding. And anything else that might come in the interim. Like, I have never known there to be so many different things you've got to do and so many places you've got to go to get it sorted. So September is a very busy month. So we'll get that done. And then it'll be wedding time. It'll be countdown to wedding time and honeymoon in Scarborough and everything, and just absolutely amazing. So I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. So we're hoping for a bit of a quieter October in the lead up to the wedding. We'll see. All the best laid plans. We didn't think September was going to be so busy, but every Friday in September we've got something on, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. So yeah, that is our little wedding update. Like I say, I'm going to do my Floss Tube later next time so that I can tell you all about the wedding. There'll be pictures on Instagram, of course. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's slowly like getting there. I went to see the physio last week for my dodgy hip. So they did a lot of poking and prodding, and there's a tight band of muscle in my hip, which she says needs to be like massaged out. And she did a bit of the massage, and oh my god, I've never had a massage before. It's always been a little bit like, I've been too self-conscious for one, I guess. And it was the best thing ever. Oh my god. It was the best thing ever. And I'm going back next week for another one. So she says 1 60-minute massage should sort it out, and I should be able to run again, because I haven't been able to run really for like 6 weeks, and I see people running and I'm just so jealous. So I'm hoping this massage will resolve it. It best do, because it's very expensive. Very expensive. £60 for the initial appointment, and then £52 for this massage I'm going to get. That's the only budget I have for it, I'm not going to lie. So yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to run again. I'll probably have to start again because it's been so long. But hopefully I can run again. Ooh. And then I got an amazing purchase the other day. Yesterday they came in fact. So Crocs released some Animal Crossing ones, and I'm Animal Crossing mad. I love Animal Crossing. I don't play it as often now because I played it a lot during lockdown, and I think I just burnt myself out on it, and like we haven't had a new game for Animal Crossing since 2020, like lockdown. But I still love everything Animal Crossing. So Crocs came out with some Animal Crossing Crocs. Now they're platform one, so they make me a bit taller. And they've got these nice gibbets on. And I'll be honest, it was chaos getting them. They were meant to go live on this Wednesday gone. At not when this video goes up, the previous Wednesday. At 11 AM. So I had my alarm set, and it looked like they were all sold out, and it looked like they'd become available before 11 AM. So I was absolutely fuming. I was fuming. So it got to later in the day, and I ordered them from somewhere else. And then I saw they were available on the Crocs website, so I went, right, okay. I'll cancel this order from this third party and get them from the Crocs website. That way I know they're genuine. I am going to get them. There's not going to be any issue. So they were dispatched on Friday, and they came on Saturday, and I absolutely love them. I'm just walking around the house in them. So I think they're stunning. Now they were quite pricey, £80, but you get the 7 gibbets, which are like £5 each. So there's like £35 out of the £80 anyway. So it's actually not that bad. And I love them anyway. I'm going to be wearing them around the house all the time. I won't wear them out. I'm not one of these people who wears the Crocs out. Not because I don't want to, or because I have anything against that. No, not because I have anything against that, but because I don't want to, because I want to keep them nice. I don't want to lose the gibbets. So they're just indoor Crocs only. I could do with an outdoor pair that I could wear like down to SimWorld and stuff. And obviously I've been playing Stardew Valley on my Switch. So I've been thinking that I really want to play on the PC, but I can't play on the PC because PC's here and Graham uses it to work on. So I was like, what can I do to try and play Stardew Valley with mods that isn't on the PC? So I bought myself a Steam Deck. So I can't wait until that comes. I am very excited. I am going to level up my gaming. It means I can play Hogwarts Legacy, which would be amazing. So I'm really, really excited for that. I can't wait. It's going to be dispatched soon, I think. And I bought Graham one of this most amazing Christmas present. I can't tell you because Graham watches my FlossTube, but I'm so excited. It's coming all the way from America. And it's coming tomorrow, in fact. So by the time this goes up, it's coming on Monday. I can't wait. I was going to say something else there. I can't remember what it was. Don't know. Nuffle is back this weekend. Thank God. We've been watching the pre-season, of course, which has been okay. But I can't wait for it to be back in anger. Can't wait to be staying up until midnight every Sunday night. I can't wait. Now Graham said I should bring this section back because he likes this section. Here's what I've been reading. So when we go to sleep one night, we read for a little bit, and I've been rereading Harry Potter. Now, that's not me endorsing J.K. Rowling, and I don't want to get into a political discussion about that, but I'm rereading Harry Potter. It's like the old books that I've had for yonks and yonks and yonks. It's so nice being in that world again. You can think what you like of the author, but I love the books, and I think that's okay. You can like what they make. You don't have to like them necessarily. I'm on Goblet of Fire at the minute. It's heaven. It honestly is. They're so comforting, and they're so familiar because I've read them so many times and watched the film so many times. I think once I finish Harry Potter, I'm going to read the Twilight books again because I've got a nice special edition set of them coming in September. And then I'm going to reread the Hunger Games. So I'm just using it as a good opportunity to reread books. And then proper reading, I read Arcana Academy by Elise Cover. Think Harry Potter but with tarot. Really, really good. I really enjoyed it actually. Ends on, like, the next book is good. This is going to lead into the next book quite nicely. So if you don't like that kind of cliffhanger-y, probably wait until the next book comes out. Though there is 3, so you have to wait for all 3. And I'm currently reading The Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. And I've been using the library. I go to the library every couple of weeks or so and pick up my next lot of books. And this is one I picked up from the library. So is Arcana Academy, actually. And I'm really enjoying it. So it's the Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I keep getting it wrong. In my head. It is really good. It's like a cozy, witchy, found family type novel. It's so good. I'm planning to finish it this week and then move on to my next because I went to the library on Friday and picked up 5 new books. I was going to say 4. I picked 4 up from reservations and 1 additional. So 5 new books. Can't wait. And we've started a book club at work. I haven't. Someone has. And we're reading The Book Club by, I want to say C.J. Cooper. Oh, excuse me. So I'm waiting for that to come in the library. I'm really utilising the library at the minute. I'm selling a lot of my editions that I've got over here. I've got to pay for this Steam Deck somehow. Because I don't read them. They're too pretty to read. So I'm just like, if I can get them from the library, why don't I just get them from the library and just sell my editions? There's not that many books that I reread. There's certain ones. Sophie Kinsella, Twilight, some Page Tunes, Harry Potter, Hunger Games, and there's a B.K. Borison book over there that I'll probably reread. Tess Gerritsen as well, Chris Carter. But there's not that many authors that I will reread because reread time is precious. Like, I don't get enough time to read, never mind reread something I've already read. So there's not that many books that I'll go, I will actually probably read that again at some point. So I'm like, what's the point in getting these nice editions unless it's a book I know? If all the Sophie Kinsellas came out in hardback, absolutely I would purchase them immediately. You know, if Tess Gerritsen's books got released as like a special edition, I'd buy them all immediately. But some I'm just buying because they're pretty. Not necessarily. If Fourth Wing got special editions that I could actually purchase, I would get them as well. So I'm being more clever with what I'm purchasing and trying to be a bit more savvy. Because I want to be able to get some more cross-stitch stuff as well. So I need to be careful that what I'm buying is stuff I actually want. And I think that's been a good lesson. Because we've had to like save quite significantly for the wedding. And I didn't know how much my dress was going to cost. Which my mum has really kindly decided that she'll pay for. Which really helps immensely. Like, it was going to be a struggle to afford everything that we wanted for the wedding. And it's not even that expensive of a wedding, really. I mean, it is expensive, but it's not that big of a wedding. It's going to be like $5,000 all in. If not just a bit more than that, which is just insane. And it was going to be tight, like scrimping and scraping, just to cover like because the dress is more expensive. Everything's more expensive. The flowers were quite expensive. The suit, the dress, the outfits, Summer's outfit, Summer's bits and pieces is a lot more expensive than you actually think. We thought we were going to have change from the money we'd saved, but it was looking like we were going to actually struggle. But my mum's going to pay for my dress. So that's kind of helped a little bit, and Jackie's contributed as well, so that helps. And it's just chaos. Weddings are so expensive. I think people see you coming, and I think that's really poor. You know, it's the happiest day of someone's life, and you're kind of seeing what you can get out of it. You're kind of seeing how much you can actually charge for something. I tell you what, I'm going to retrain. Stuff being a complaints officer or a customer relations officer, I'm going to retrain. I'm going to become like one of them players who plays that accordion thing and like multiple instruments. I'm going to become like a photographer slash florist slash cake maker. And I'm absolutely trivializing these careers. I understand a lot more goes into them than me just saying I'm going to do that. But they're very expensive is what I'm saying. And I'm not saying they're not worth the money. I just think it would be very interesting to know what the markup is. That's all I want to know, is when you're saying a cake's going to cost, say, £500, which isn't what our cake costs, by the way, I'm just saying, how much does it cost for you to make it? And I'm not saying that's what you should base your price on, but I'm just curious, how much does it cost you to make it? How long does it take for you to make it? So what's the kind of baseline price there? And then why does it double for, say, a wedding cake? It's just an interesting discussion. It's just interesting. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And I'm not having a go. Like I say, I absolutely appreciate, I have no skills. No viable skills. I'm a good customer relations officer, but that's not some kind of skill I can go to hire out to people, like somebody who makes cakes or does flowers or photographs things. But like, I just think it's insane how expensive a wedding is. Oh my god. And the venue itself, that is a big part of our budget. How much does that actually cost? How much have they marked that up because it's a wedding? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I just think it's an interesting discussion. That's all I'm saying. I understand profit and I know all of that and covering your overheads and all that stuff. I completely understand that. I just think as soon as you mention wedding, everything seems to double in price. My wedding dress was actually reasonably cheap, she says. It's still expensive, but reasonably cheap. I'm quite chuffed with it. I'm chuffed with everything, The cake isn't that expensive, the sugar isn't that expensive, and the flowers aren't that expensive, but they're more than I thought. So yeah, by the time I come to film my next video at the end of September, everything should be in place. We'll have everything. All that'll be left to do will be for me to go and collect my dress a few days before, which is so exciting. So I'm going to wrap up there because I've been waffling for a really long time. I'm going to go and give Graham a hand because he'll be cracking on with the stew and the veg and everything because he's such a good egg. Well, probably. He took his stitching stuff down, so he might be doing that. And I haven't shown the cabin because he hasn't made much progress on it. He's been focusing on a lot of little guinea test stitching, so that's why, by the way. Bit late to tell you now, but I'm telling you now. So if you've gotten this far, you'll know why. But you'll see it next month, hopefully with some more progress. He's running out of threads like it's going out of fashion. It's comical to a point, but I'll discuss that more in the next video when I'm actually showing it off, and I can just give you my 2 cents on that one. So I'll see you in October. I hope you all have a fantastic month. We should hopefully have everything organised for our wedding by the time we speak next. And if not, I'll let you know. Bye!